All right, what's going on, everybody? We're gonna do a what's in the bag. In my bag, I was lucky because I've been playing Callaway for a while. So fortunately for me, there's not really a big change with most of my clubs here. But I guess we'll start with the wedges. Go with my 60. It's the C grind, 8 degrees of bounce. Jaws. It's not the Jaws Raw, just the regular Jaws. I've been playing with the C grind for a while. The difference between the C grind and the what grind you got, Garrett?
I have the Z grind.
Z grind. It's pretty similar, but the Z grind has a little bit more of a grind in the front here, so that like when you put the club in the front of your stance, you have the leading edge is like close to the ground. I don't know why I'm talking about the Z grind because that's not even my wedge, but C grind, I got a little bit of that relief here on the back. Open up the face, have that face a little bit lower to the ground with the leading edge.
Wait, in simple terms, so you're saying like the C grind it's a little bit less rounded than the Z grind?
It's pretty much just, I could be wrong, I don't know, but based on what I'm seeing, it's the same as a Z grind, but it's a little bit more grinded off here too.
Right,
so,
yeah.
So I have a little bit more of this wide area.
Yeah, so the reason I chose that is because I'm like maybe a little bit less precise than someone of your caliber.
Yeah. It gives you a little bit more relief when you have the shaft leaning forward a little bit for a Z grind. C grind is a little bit more for when you're just opening up the face. X100 Tour Issue, dynamic gold shafts. Other than when it's sunset time, I like going with the chrome finish instead of like raw or satin, just because it's just more in my head. But I feel like it just the grooves look like it's newer for longer. Like raw grooves, they look like they are like old wedges a lot quicker, which honestly it's probably about the same, but I just like going with the chrome because of that. Got a 50, it says 56, but it's actually a 55 degree, 10 degrees of bounce. S is a grind where there's not really any relief on the back. There's a little bit there. It's pretty much a flat-ish sole, because I'm not really opening up this club all that much anyways. Obviously I got the Tour Issue X100s. Be pretty weird if you had different shafts in your different wedges. I go 60 degrees, 55 was the last one. I go to 50 degrees right now. Club's a little dirty, a little embarrassing, but 50 degrees loft, 10 degrees of bounce, standard grind, so it's just pretty flat-ish because I'm not opening up this 50 degree all that much. It's more of it's a gap wedge. I actually think it says 50 degrees, but I think it's bent up 1 degree. It's 51. So that way I have 4 degrees of difference from my 60 degree to 56, and then sorry, 55. It says 56. And then there's a 51, so there's 4 degrees of difference there. And then there's 4 degrees of difference between my pitching wedge and my 51 degree because my pitching wedge is a 47 degree club there. So, you know, there's a reason as to why I bent it up 1 degree. Literally 3 yards of difference, but just, you know, angles wise, it makes sense. For my irons, I got the TCBs. I've been playing these guys for a while, maybe 2.5 years, maybe even more. Solid irons. Oh my God, these clubs are dirty. X100s, again, Tour Issue, dynamic gold, just a standard, Tour Velvet grip. It's a solid club. I want to go with the blades, but I don't know, I just don't really understand it just because golf is hard enough as is, and if I can just get just a little bit more forgiveness with these clubs, I'll take it. And I mean, looking down at them, they pretty much look like blades anyways. I go 4 through pitching wedge. I actually have a different 3-iron. It's in my other bag, the older bag, waiting on that. But anyways, the 3-iron's different. Then we got the hybrid. It's the Callaway Apex 18 degree. I've had one before, I just don't know why I got rid of it. I like having a 2-iron because I like hitting like the lower shots off the tee box when I don't know, if it calls for it distance wise or if I'm not feeling as comfortable with the driver. But I really like this guy. This thing was carrying like 250 when I was hitting it at the Callaway Fitting Center. Got the Ventus hybrid shaft 9X. I just felt like my 2-iron was just not quite getting up in the air. So this is nice, it gets it up a little bit more in the air. It's not quite what I saw in the fitting right now, so I might have to go, you know, get a little bit more work on that, but it's a good club. If I can get like a 2-iron-ish distance with a higher height, like this guy was doing in the fitting, it's a weapon. And then we got the 3-wood, also again in an old head cover. We'll probably get new head covers here soon. But we got the triple diamond Paradigm. It's like a flatter, not as tall of a head. So I figured since it's a little bit lower to the ground, I guess like height-wise, it'll kind of get the ball up in the air because the center of gravity is lower. Do I know what the heck I'm talking about with the center of gravity? No, but that's just what I was seeing in the on the results on the ball flight.
Do you have that turned up a little bit?
I have this turned up a lot, so yeah, I don't know. I feel like when I was hitting these woods and the hybrid at the fitting center, it was like the trajectory exactly what I was looking for. And I get them and it just was kind of like knuckling, wasn't getting up in the air high enough. So I bumped this one up to 1 degree. So it's, I guess technically 16 degree, but honestly a little secret, the numbers, the 15 degree on this 3-wood is not even really 15 degrees, kind of varies. That's what I was told. Mitsubishi Kaili, 80 gram shaft, extra stiff. Same grip, obviously, it's not mid-size or anything, just standard. Pretty much all my clubs are standard. Like they're not long, they're not Upright, flat, same thing. All right, so the big dog, we got the driver here, Paradigm. The shaft I've been playing with the shaft, Mitsubishi Tensei. I know they came out with like a newer version of the shaft. I honestly, I mean, if you guys have seen my What's in the Bag videos, I literally have no clue about shafts, just because they come up with like new versions every year, and there's like 50 of them every year that come out. So there's no way of me keeping up. Honestly, a lot of the pros don't really even know either what shaft does what. They just, you know, we're just kind of going off of like ball flight. Obviously, we know like what window we're looking for ball flight wise. 70 gram Tour Extra Stiff shaft. Whatever that means, whatever that does, it does. And I've had the shaft for a while. It's a 9-degree head Paradigm, just regular. I don't think it's like triple diamond or anything. I've cranked this thing up to +2 degrees. The ball wasn't quite getting up in the air, it's just falling out of the sky. I don't know, it could be me, but it's working out better height-wise, so getting it more optimized up in the air, trying to get more distance and also help with the mishits as well. I've also noticed that with the Paradigms that the mishits are just a little bit better. And I don't know how they did it. They made this whole crown of the driver made out of like one piece, where as before it wasn't like that. So whatever they've done, they've done a really good job with that. I've moved this pretty much in the center. I mean, I have it like slightly on the fade, but that's more mental, placebo. Probably doesn't make that much of a difference with the fade stuff. It's a good driver, I like it, same grip. And then we got my putter here. I don't know, a lot of people have asked me about what putter I'm using, but it's the Toulon Daytona Beach. Yeah, it's been pretty solid. My friend put a lead tape on this, and I don't know why I haven't taken it off, because I don't know, I've been putting pretty well sometimes. It behaves sometimes it doesn't. We've got the Stroke Lab shaft. Honestly, I don't really notice that big of a difference. It just kind of looks cool. And we got the Garson grip here. A lot of people have asked about that. It's more of a trapezoid shape, I guess, if you look at like the profile of the grip here. So it kind of gets your arms kind of more towards like inside here instead of dangling out this way. So the grip feels good. For my ball, I actually have, I don't think it's really available in stores, but it's the Chrome Soft. But you see that little star right there in the middle? The star just means it's a more, like this ball is a spinnier version of the regular Chrome Soft. There's also the LS version that you can buy in stores, low spin. But yeah, it's just like a little bit more spin around the greens, and I feel like I don't really notice that big a difference with longer swings anyways, so I will take more spin around the greens any day. That's my What's in the Bag with all the new Callaway stuff. I guess a lot of the stuff with Callaway is kind of the same equipment, it's just new clubs. I like it. The new Paradigm stuff, it's nice. I really love how forgiving they are, and the sound is a little bit more muted and goes the distance that I want it, like with 3 woods and hybrids. It's great. Thank you guys for watching. As always, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and see you in the next one.